I think, or so.
Absolutely, it's been a wild ride. Yeah, March 18th was the day to buy. I think that was probably the bottom. That was probably the bottom. Yeah, I wake up at 6 a.m. I trade in the
Was
morning.
that when the Dow was down what, like 2,300 points or something like that?
Yeah, it was down for two consecutive days. So it went 17th, 18th, historically low. But then this week it was a historic run, like from the I think 1973, 74 was the last time we had this run. So it's been crazy. But if you stuck it out, remember you don't lose unless you sell, right? So it's like if you bought a home for 500,000 and then it dropped to 300,000, you only lose when you sell, right? But then you shouldn't be buying homes for speculation and because of the value, right? I think you should be buying a home because it's security for your family. It beats renting, and there's so many benefits, tax benefits and whatnot.
Absolutely. So listen, thank you for committing to this. I know over the weekend I had made a post.
Right.
I was thinking about it, and I go, you know what? With the current situation, I see a lot of confusion from the lending side.
Absolutely.
I see a little bit of fear from some of my realtor friends out there from different parts of the country.
Right.
But what better way to unite everyone? Put some good educational, relevant information, and share from different parts of the country what different realtors or lenders are experiencing, and share the wins and the different strategies that everybody's putting into place now. So you were one of the first to raise your hands. You're out of Los Angeles, born and raised in LA.
Yes.
Been in real estate, what, 25 years?
Yeah, about 24, 25 years going on it.
Bro, did you start when you were 5 or what?
Yeah, actually, I had a key in my hand when I was born, you know.
So yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciate you raising your hand and sharing your experience. You've been through a couple of different cycles yourself. You've been a loan officer, you've been a realtor, you've been a flipper, developer.
Yeah.
Poquito de todo.
Absolutely.
So share with us, Henry. Share with us, first of all, share with us a little bit about what you're seeing in your market.
Well,
okay, talk a little bit about inventory. Right? Is there activity out there?
Right.
Are people on hold? Talk to us what's going on there.
Surprisingly, there is a lot of activity going on. I think there's longer days on market for obvious reasons. We can't show the properties as before, where you had a line outside the door just waiting to come in. I don't know. Can't conduct open houses, so we've switched that virtually. Our company, our group, didn't really have to change much because we saw this coming. For those of us that are innovative and move with the times. Oh, I remember when I first started this business, a lot of people, if I can share, a lot of older folks that were in the game like 20 years when I started, when I was a rookie, would tell me, "Oh, don't pay attention to the internet. It's just a fad. Don't pay attention to that." And I caught the waste of time. It's gonna go away. And I caught the tail end of the big MLS book, and by the time they got published, they were already in escrow. So it's like that's so outdated. Real estate was the gatekeeper of the time. Like you had to know the realtor in order to get in and kiss his ass. Those things are dead. Listen, if you do a good job publicizing the house, if you did a good job of remodeling it, or it shows well, if the product is great neighborhood, it's gonna sell. The properties are gonna sell. You no longer have to put 3-4% to list the property to sell. I think the technology helps us in that aspect, where if you're offering 2% and you got a good product in a good neighborhood, it's gonna sell like a hotcake. So I'm not worried about that. What I am worried about is gonna segue into our next thing, Frank. Is a lot of let's break some of those myths. So I posted something about Chase not lending if you don't have 700 FICO, if you don't produce DNA that goes back to the Rothschilds, if you don't and you have to have 20% down. So people are calling me. They're worried. Like even realtors that haven't been in the business. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Is there a fireball that's gonna crash into the earth? I'm like, no, don't worry. Let me call Frank. He's got the source. So can you shed some light on that and break the myth?
Absolutely. You know what? I've actually been getting the same messages, text messages, emails ever since this whole thing started. Luckily, one of the recurring statements that I keep making is because people keep referring and comparing this to what happened in '08.
Right.
Even if they weren't a realtor or lender back then, maybe they heard their parents.
They saw the movie The Big Short.
And that's where the myths start, right? Because obviously they weren't in the business. And even the people that were in the business. So obviously, let's dissect the difference, right?
Sure.
So the difference in '08 compared to now is that basically in '08, there was no liquidity. The
Right.
liquidity just, basically someone just pulled the plug on lending.
Right.
And we were just left like, oh, wow, what's going on? Now there's liquidity. Obviously, there's some issues that you and I were talking about earlier with the whole forbearance, what can happen. I think, in my opinion, the government, the Federal Reserve, has acted very quickly, very swiftly.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And that has really helped as a backstop to what's going on right now in order to empower us to continue lending.
Yeah.
So for now, lending, for us at New American Funding, we haven't increased FICO scores to a crazy level. I mentioned to you earlier, our FHA minimum FICO score is still 620.
Nice.
We haven't added any additional reserve requirements. We haven't reduced the LTVs on FHA. So for the most part, FHA is pretty much intact. Okay? So that's the good news. As far as down payment assistance programs, the only overlays we've added here at New American Funding have been a 2-month PITI reserve requirement.
Right.
Okay, on down payment assistance. Where I think we saw more of an impact is with non-QM investors.
Right.
2019 had a huge run-up of non-QM investors, which unfortunately are no longer in business today.
Mm-hmm.
They were having a record-breaking year.
Mm-hmm.
2019 was huge. I forgot how many billions were funded in non-QM lending.
Right.
It was going 1,000 miles an hour, and it was a product that really filled the void that was needed in the market.
Right.
Non-QM, bank statement loans, all that. Great product. That's gone. Okay. Luckily, at New American Funding, we created our own portfolio internal non-QM program. We have made a couple of tweaks to it. For example, we reduced the LTV from 80% to 75%.
Nice.
We increased the reserve requirement,
Mm-hmm.
and we increased the FICO score
Right.
requirement a tad, but we're still doing it.
Right.
Okay? 75% LTV, bank statement program, rates are very competitive, and it really is one of the few programs that we have access to in this environment. Okay, on the jumbo space, there was some adjustments there too. 3 or 4 of our investors basically pulled out of the space, so we're left with a handful of investors, including our own in-house jumbo program.
Nice.
Okay, so for the most part, again, still our operations is running intact. In March, we had a record-breaking March. April is looking solid as well. Luckily, I've mentioned this in other broadcasts I've done. This whole working from home, working remotely, this is something we've been doing for years.
Right.
Thank God for our CEO, Rick Arbiello. You've met him.
Yeah, Rick's a great guy.
Very forward-thinking individual, always thinking technology, always thinking 10 steps ahead.
Right.
So we've had remote people literally for years. So that has really helped with the transition with this whole working from home situation.
Yeah, no, that's great. And yeah, the Fed acted quickly, and which is great, dumping $2 trillion into the marketplace. And then I think one thing that I can see the key difference from here from 2008 is you're not going to see the bankruptcies. So you're going to see the employment keep rolling, although there's going to be overlays in pay, and maybe some people got laid off temporarily. But I think we'll catch up with that. Now the effects that we might see is it going to be inflationary or deflationary? That's going to be because there's going to be a lot more money into the you're already seeing money into the stock market, and you're seeing the results of it.
And money being pumped into the system directly or indirectly as a result of the low interest rate environment.
Yes, absolutely. So great, awesome. I have another question for you. Like I said, we've adapted. We've incorporated social distancing, and but we've already done some of the virtual stuff and the technology piece. Now we already talked about forbearance. Let's go back to forbearance. That's another myth. So people were asking me, hey, so do I not have to pay? And I'm like, well, you can take advantage of it. I think for the GSEs, for the government-backed securities, I think it's great. The government-backed loans is that you can take advantage of 6 to 12 months, I think, of not paying, and then you pay it at the end. They give you about a year to pay, which is great. We're not seeing that on private loans, right, on the Wall Street. Because I called my lender and they said, oh yeah, you don't pay 3-4 months, whatever. That's all we'll give you. It's like, all right, cool. It'll free up some cash, you know. One of the things we were practicing though that we're gonna talk about, Frank, I'm gonna share something personal. I have no debt. I have no car payment. I wasn't buying the new, you know, Ferraris or, you know. We were already, because why? I've already lived. Exactly. Older folks like me have already lived through the 2001, 2008. Said, you know what? This time around, I'm going to be a little bit smarter. It goes back to the NAREP 10 principles, which I take very, very seriously. You know, thanks to Gary. You know, shout out to Gary because he's been a mentor for a lot of us. And I attended the wealth management and learned about stocks. That's actually where I grew learning about stocks and what about, you know, I kind of already dabbled in it, but it was like shedded some new light. And I'm like, wow. It reinforced it. Yeah, it just reinforced it. I'm like, wow, I got to start doing this now. So I was actually putting aside 20% of my income very steady. Grew a SEP IRA. I got 2 IRAs. I got, and like I said, I'm actually buying silver and gold. So as you can see here, I got some silver coins. I bought from some guy, from some dealer, local dealer. If you guys want some, let me know. Honestly, if you're serious about growing your portfolio, because this is a good hedge against inflation. We have to start thinking about inflation. Okay, so gold is hard to get right now, and silver, very hard to get. If you call dealers, local dealers, they're going to be shut down. They won't even open the doors if you don't know. They don't know you. Luckily, I have a source. So you know, start building up your reserves. This is the advice I could give to fellow colleagues and realtors. You know, diversify. You invest in the stock market, but don't throw everything in the stock market. The stock market can crash. We've seen it more than once. Real estate can crash more. I've seen people lose everything in real estate. So be cautious. Flippers, be cautious. Don't go out and start saying, I'm going to add on 2-3 units. And right now is not the time, unless you're getting a screaming deal, unless you can predict the market. I can't predict the market. That's why I'm not in Vegas right now. So I don't have a crystal ball. Do you have a crystal ball? So all we can do is prepare, diversify, and you know, find deals, but get in and get out if you're gonna flip.
Stay in tune with the market, guys.
Absolutely.
Stay in tune with what's going on. I mean, I know I don't know. I don't want to say detrimental to be glued to the news, but whatever industry you're in, stay tuned to it.
Absolutely. There's different news. There's alternative news.
Exactly.
Alternative news. I watch a lot of YouTube. Don't. Yeah, you know, you can. I hear even the crazy guys, the conspiracy theory, whatever. But listen to it with a grain of salt. You know, 10% of what they're saying is true. The other is bullshit.
That's why what we're doing right now, Henry, is so important because my thought is, okay, what better way to get actual real practitioners live who have been through this, who are thriving in this, who will continue to thrive, and it's not scripted.
No,
right?
Unscripted, totally.
This is live, guys.
Yeah, this is live, unscripted, as real as it's gonna get.
Real people, real experience, and we're gonna go across the country with this.
This is awesome, man. Well, I applaud you, Frank, what you guys are doing, and New American Funding. You guys are promoting and educating, which is the key. You guys have to give value. Lenders out there, if you guys are lenders, don't worry. Don't take this like, oh, Frank's my competitor. No, listen. You can model success. You can model success. Get a camera. Go on YouTube. I just started a channel. I just started a podcast from zero. I probably got no followers right now, but that's okay. Buy equipment. Start off with rinky stuff. Just get out there. Speak and educate people because a lot of us say, yeah, I'm gonna do. Don't listen. Just do it. That's my advice.
You know what I've noticed? I'm gonna go off topic a little bit because I know you were in the entertainment industry as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been noticing is a lot of like the Mexican regional bands.
Yeah.
They're all doing this stay-at-home concerts.
Right.
Yeah, look at I don't know if you've seen those.
I haven't actually. I haven't been much on social media. I get like literally. I get in, I get out. I see Frank going live, and I get out. And I post something here or there. Honestly, the political post. I just got tired of it. I got sick and tired of it. It's got to stop. Like, what are you focusing on? Are you spending time criticizing Trump or criticizing the Democrat? That's where you're gonna end up. Or are you looking at the stock market? Are you waking up at 5:30 in the morning, figuring out your game plan? Are you working out? Are you staying healthy? Right.
Exactly.
So like we've been eating home cooked meals. Chantal and I, Chantal, she's awesome. She steps up. She's like, no, we're not gonna have any of that. We're gonna have this food and like drink a tea, no coffee. We've had no coffee, literally, no like fattening stuff. Just and I feel great, honestly. I think one of the best things you can do in this time in COVID is just stay healthy. Keep your immune system high.
Let me show you what I just got from Amazon.
All right. What the hell is that? A bazooka? Oh, nice. Beautiful. Hey, that's
Iron Chest Master.
Hey man, you. It's like you're holding on to gold. It's so hard to get, isn't it? They jacked up the price. A pair of dumbbells goes for like $200, man. It's crazy, bro. It's like
this thing. I picked it up on Amazon, and it's really cool because you can do push-ups, but then you can do like bring them in and really squeeze your chest. So it's
cool. Brother, I have the room. The second room here is turned into a gym. You're welcome to come anytime, but bring a mask and gloves. And whoever thought hand sanitizer was gonna be a thing, right? Like, dude, I used to ignore these things walking out of CVS. Now I'm like, damn, do they have any? It's crazy.
So let me ask you a couple questions, Henry. So you've already shared a little bit about what you're doing, but walk us through your day. You already mentioned you wake up early.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you also take a power nap in
there. I actually have about 3 alarms in the morning. Because one of them, the first one I ignore. The second one wakes me up, I think it's like 5:45, because it mentally prepares me, because I want to make good decisions. You don't want to wake up at that minute. And stocks are weird. For those day traders that are out there, I'm not a day trader. I did that for a while. It's risky. You got to be on top of it. I don't have time for that. I invest for the long term. Like Warren Buffett says, if you're going to buy a company that you believe in for the long term, the long haul. It's like if you're going to go invest in real estate property and invest in some units, buy for the long haul. Don't buy them because it's cheap. Buy them because they're in a good area. You see potential. You see an upside for rents. We'll talk about rents in a little bit. Anyway, speaking of, how much time do we have on this, Frank?
You know what? We've been on, let's see here.
So we don't go up, so we don't get too much sidetrack. Okay.
Yeah, we got another 10, 15 minutes.
Awesome. So I'll spend a couple minutes on what I do. So I'm not going to bore people with details. I wake up, brush my teeth, obviously, have breakfast, maybe make me some oatmeal or some pancakes, and something that's easy, healthy, and fast. But we don't.
The chilaquiles, man.
The chilaquiles are great, but we'll save those for Saturday and Sunday. Chilaquiles, we'll do all the carnitas, chile verde. No, none of that. No. That's we're getting sidetracked, but no, that sounds yummy. We'll do carnitas when we are done with this COVID stuff, right? I'll invite you to some mariscos. We've been wanting to do it for a while. So, what else do I do? We shower, work out a little bit, take a walk. I take the birds out because it's nice and sunny. I actually watch a little bit of TV while I'm working on the laptop, and then call clients and do my daily stuff. Sometimes I'll take some online orders. I also have an online store, Frank. So that keeps going. Yeah, I have an eBay store. It just goes. It's eBay and fulfillment by Amazon. So it just right now is an extra way to make some side money. You make. I think last month I made like $3,000 on just selling stuff that you think, okay, you bought on a deal online. You get it. You send the shipment out to Amazon and they sell it for you. You don't have to keep inventory.
Nice.
The garage, we bought 2 garage racks from Costco. Right. Well, we started preparing right on January, I think 20th, 28th. right when the pandemic was big in China, I told Chantel, hey, we got to start preparing for this. This might spread. People were looking at us like crazy. I think we got invited. The last social event we went to was a circus where Eloy and Monica had invited us to. Hi, Eloy and Monica, if you guys are listening to us. We went to a circus and we took masks and gloves, and everyone was looking at us like we're weird. But I'm like, you know what? I'd rather be safe than sorry. The Uber rides, I was apologizing to Uber drivers ahead of time. I'm like, sorry, I'm not some freako here. I'm just wearing the mask as precaution because I didn't know. Again, a lot of the stuff we didn't know about COVID-19. Was it airborne? Can you spread it? Now they said 6 feet, 15 feet. Does it stay on surfaces for more? We don't know. We don't know a lot of this stuff. So just stay safe, people. A lot of it's already hit home. I feel for the families out there that are struggling and going through this. I will get by it together through education. Just stay safe, stay home, and just adapt, right? No amount of money is worth you going out and risking your life. I understand you got to make ends meet, whatever, but money you can get back. Your health, you can never get it back. You're dead, you're dead.
So just a couple, just give us three takeaways for anybody watching this, whether they're in real estate or not. It could be something financial, mindset. What are 3 recommendations you'd give to anybody watching this video right now?
I think number 1 is save money. Save money. Don't say, oh, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna do this when I'm gonna buy gold when this. No, do it. 20% goes away like clockwork. Yeah. 20%. That's it. Strict. Be strict with your money. I'm very frugal. I don't go out and buy expensive suits anymore. I don't go out and here and there we go out and we spend a lot of money on food. I like to splurge on food. I don't mind dropping 500, 400, 500 on some drinks and some food. Just like you, Paisano. I see your photo. I think just be frugal. Be frugal. I can't repeat that enough. Have money for a rainy day. Have money to invest. So when opportunities like this come up, take advantage of them. Because
what about up here?
Up here, your mindset is just, you know what? Weed out the bullshit. There's going to be people talking. There's going to be people saying, I'm an expert on this. Listen to yourself, the voice of wisdom. Listen to God. Listen to your parents. They knew. They've been through this. Don't listen to social media, so-called experts, and all these people that just negative, especially negative people. There's a button that I found out is like very, very valuable. It's called mute on Facebook. You hit mute and it mutes them for 30 days. It's awesome. Those people that were annoying you and you don't want to delete them because then they're like, oh, why did he delete me? Just mute them. They don't know. It's awesome. So if you're wondering why you're not coming up on someone's post, they muted your ass. Sorry. I think that's another takeaway. Just stay away from negativity. Stay away from it.
Stay educated. Stay informed.
Stay informed. Use this time to read. People. Read a book. Don't watch Netflix movies. It's okay. I love Netflix. I love movies. Watch a movie, but also spend the time to read a book. I subscribe to Audible, $12 a month. Dude, I just downloaded a bunch of books. I listen to in my car or just wherever you are in your laptop, and then listen to podcasts like this. Listen to education. Tune into things like this on your whatever you want to learn about. If you want to learn how to start an online business, you can go to YouTube and figure it out. If you want to learn how to invest in the stock market, you can also learn. If you want to learn what's happening with mortgages and how to invest in mortgages, you can also learn that. And tune into Frank and his podcast and New American Funding. I want to take the time to thank you guys for the opportunity. It's nice speaking with you guys. We'll do a virtual handshake. When all this is over, nos damos un abrazo. Yeah, and people, you guys have a big network. We have NAREP, we have New American Funding, we have all these community of realtors and resources, right? Absolutely knowledge. So one of the things we're focusing is I just recently joined Keller Williams in Los Feliz. One of the teams I'm incorporating back the REO business and and so I'm reaching out back to my old contacts because I was in that business for a while. And
I think I know an agent there.
Yeah.
Her name is Alma Lam.
Yeah, she's there. Absolutely, yeah. Great office. We have over 100 agents. They're top producers. And then we also have, we're going to focus a lot on short sales. So short sales are coming. I consider myself a short sale expert. So we're going to go back to the fundamentals, adapt when the market's changing. We're still going to focus on, the retail market. We get a lot of, good thing is our phone rings because we have clients dating back 10, 15 years ago, loyal clients that won't go anywhere else because we're good to them. Listen, that's the last takeaway. The last thing I'm going to say. If you wow your clients, if you do a great job, they're not going to leave you, okay? It's kind of like a good relationship. You have a good relationship, treat them good with respect, they're going to stay. Yeah, do the right thing with the clients. If you're cheating people, if you're treating them bad and doing shortcuts, they're going to notice it. If you're not fighting for your clients, that'll probably be the last transaction they're going to do with you, and you're not going to build a sustainable business. It's going to be on a house of cards.
And then my last comment is just, even though we didn't go that deep, but you mentioned the whole forbearance situation.
Oh, yeah.
Some confusion.
Right.
My recommendation for everybody watching this, and I'm sure you'll agree, Henry, just anybody and everybody who can make their mortgage payments,
keep making it.
Continue making
Absolutely.
Continue making them, because this will pass, and once it passes, then that individual is going to be in a good position to what? To refinance.
Absolutely, yeah.
Refinance and take advantage of the ultra low rate environment which we're going to be in for the next year or a couple of years.
Right. Or even if they don't refinance, just as long as you can keep your house payment going, cut back on some unneeded expenses. If you bought an expensive car, go turn it in. If you, I don't know, cash out, like I said, the new thing is I'm going to look into that, Frank. I'll get back to you on that. But I think now you can pull the money out of the 401k or retirement.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't hit you for that. A lot of people were fearful, like, I'm going to look into it. I got a SEP IRA. I got some money in there for retirement. But if I could pull it out before I'm 65 and invest it in something else, I will do it. I'm investing in the stock market, but why not invest it in some real estate or just put it aside, for something else? I think it's a good opportunity. So,
great point. Well, you know what? Listen, Henry, I really appreciate your time and your knowledge, brother.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure seeing you.
Likewise.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you once this pandemic is over.
Absolutely. I can't wait for it, man.
Hopefully it's going to be soon.
Likewise. Absolutely. Thank you again. God bless you. And I hope you and your family stay safe, brother.